Fellow Deltans, I have observed the sad trajectories of what is going on in our dear state, Delta state of Nigeria, and today I am forced to address the governor of the state, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori. I am here to tell the governor respectfully that he has failed as the chief security officer of the state to provide the needed security. You fought till the Supreme Court to become a governor. The position of a governor is not just an entitlement, it is a responsibility. I am an Orobo, a Deltan in diaspora. I have a doctoral background in military science. I say with all sense of humility that I understand the nitty-gritty of local and international security. Therefore, I am forced to speak today about the very dismal security situation in Delta State. With all our huge natural resources and our income, Delta State is supposed to be the envy of Nigeria. It's supposed to be a model of leadership. But we see governor coming in, governor going out. The same thing is going on in the state. As if welfare is no longer, and security are no longer the elements of what governance should be about. With 2 billion naira, which the state government receives every month for security, just for security, no Deltan ought to be killed or kidnapped by terrorists or by any security agent. 2 billion naira every month. Now, governor of Delta State, they receive for security to make sure that they secure the lives of Nigeria, of Delta State people. But every time our people are being killed, they are being kidnapped, women are being raped in their farms, people cannot go to farm. Strangers came from different places in the name of Fulani herdsmen to live in our forest, and they kill our people. Erara in Orofa. Erara. And we tolerate it. When does it happen? Have you seen Southerners going to the north to occupy their forests, to rape their women, and to kill people? The hunger in Nigeria today has been caused by Fulani herdsmen that occupied our forest and scared our people from farming. That is not even the main thing I want to discuss today. I want to discuss what happened at OKUAMA, an Orobo community in Delta State. I have watched every bit of what happened. Before the crisis at OKUAMA, a petition was sent to the governor concerning the crisis in that place. The governor did not react. Why? If the governor did not see that letter and it was hidden by any official in government, that person should be arrested and should be kicked out of office. That is what should be, because no communal clashes must be delayed. You don't delay addressing communal clashes, because if you don't nip them at the bud, they manifest to what happened now. Right, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has said that maybe the mercenaries even came from outside the community. That could be true, but there are questions that the governor, who is the chief security officer of the state and the chief public servant of Delta people, to answer some very critical questions. Did soldiers have a meeting, a town hall meeting, with the people of OKUAMA? Did the soldiers kill OKUAMA people during or after that meeting? What action was taken by government to address that killing, if it happened? Did soldiers raise the houses of our people at OKUAMA? Did soldiers prevent journalists from entering the OKUAMA community? If yes, why? To hide the report of corpses and houses that were razed? Why? And at the end of the day, Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian police officers, they will deny any atrocity that they commit. They will now begin to manufacture new stories of what happened, of events that happened that never happened. Same thing that happened during the NSAS protest. That is what is happening now. Whoever killed a soldier must be arrested and brought to book. But any soldier that kills our people, raise our houses, such soldiers, they and their agents, and the agents of their agents must be arrested and brought to book. Two wrongs cannot make a right. You don't kill innocent people because you are investigating a matter. It is not possible. It is a good thing that Governor Oborevwori have met with Chief Tinubu, the president. But you ought to have done a lot of things before meeting with Tinubu. Will Tinubu allow that kind of killing and raising of our houses to happen in any Yoruba state or in any APC state? When 30-something soldiers were killed, sadly so, in Niger State, did he give full authority for them to take over that state with violence? From Zaki Biam to Odi, now to OKUAMA, our people. Delta State, nobody is supposed to die in Delta State because of insecurity. No. We now have the Igbo Hausa clashes going on in Asaba, the state capital. Who has been arrested? What has been done? What caused the crisis? Because if you don't nip crisis at the board, they manifest to what we're not saying. In the state capital, then sadly, within the same Asaba, we saw soldiers, we saw police officers, beg your pardon, shooting at unarmed protesters and killed 2 people into the 21st century. Not with tear gas. Live bullets at unarmed protesters. How can this thing continue to happen in Nigeria? Where does it happen in normal society? You use live bullet for peaceful protesters, harmless protesters in our own country, fellow citizens. Every police officer, every soldier has been trained to handle riots or protests without injuring the people that are protesting. If our protesters ought to be protected by the police, by the ambulance, and by every agencies of government, we cannot continue like that. Our forest in Delta State has been taken over by strangers, and that must not be allowed to continue. What the governor ought to do, simple. All our forests, we have so much land wasting in Delta State. Turn all of them to farms. Let's have a law from the House of Assembly that makes it mandatory for every local government, the 25 local government areas in Delta State they must operate a farm based on highest comparative advantage. Every local government must have at least 100 hectares of farmland. If your area is good for cassava, plant cassava, put cassava manufacturing factories inside the farms. If your area is good for pineapple, clear the whole place. Put pineapple there, put fruit juice factory there. You have a lot of food coming out from the state, and this will also employ the people. If the community is good for yam, let us have yam farms. 100 hectares, and have your yam flour machines inside of those farms. By the time every local government is producing one thing, even if your area is good for piggery, Piggery all the way, fishery all the way. Let's suffocate the state with food. Food security is national security. Remove all the terrorists from the forest. I don't even see why you can breed your own cattle, nama.